Yeah, it's been a great summer. I play for the Michigan Bucks in the PDL. We had a great summer. We won the national championship, actually. I got to play with one of the best players in college soccer right now, and I definitely learned a lot over the summer and hope that I can show it this fall.
You're going to be a senior goalkeeper on the team this year, a two-year starter in the program. What are some goals leadership-wise, mentoring the younger players heading into this year?
Yeah, I've been a freshman 3 years ago, came into the country and barely spoke English. We have quite a few new guys coming in, also from Europe, so it's fun to see that they kind of go through the same process that I went through, and it's fun to help them, and I think we came along pretty well in the past 2 weeks, and I'm really looking forward to the season.
You have an early season test coming up against Rocky Mountain College, an exhibition game, but it's your first official match of the fall. Comment on where you hope the team will be when you take the pitch against the Bears.
Games against Rocky are always a bit heated, but I think that's a good thing because we can prove ourselves early on in preseason, and I think everyone is excited to play their first full game for MSUB, and I think we're going to do well, and I'm looking forward to it.
And after the season you had last year, the first winning year since 2012, how do you hope to build on that type of success moving into this year?
For people from outside, it might seem like a good season for us, but we within our team don't really think that. We're definitely still hungry and want to go for more. Just the winning season is not enough for us. We want to do more, and I think we're looking pretty good so far, and we hope we can achieve that.
Yeah, that's right, Evan. Back in town, third year back, so I'm extremely excited to get underway. And like you said, it's good to have everyone back after their summer endeavours. We've had guys playing all over the place, so good to have everyone back together and on the same page, and things are looking good. The team's really coming together well, bonding a lot and spending a lot of time together, so it's going to be a big year. I'm really excited.
You guys will get into action coming up very shortly. Your first exhibition match against Rocky Mountain College. Talk about the energy level you hope to impart on the guys in your first week of training and heading into that match.
Yeah, obviously first week of training is always good. Everyone wants to get out there, impress the coaches, and the intensity's high, the spirits are high, and obviously playing Rocky first, our crosstown rivals. It's a good one for the new guys to get started with. It's one that us guys that have been here a while always love to play, and so we've sort of been explaining that to them over the past week or so, and everyone's just buzzing to get going next Friday. Yeah, like you said, it was a great season for us last year, even coming on from where we were in 2014, 2015. Again, we're looking to rebuild and go forward again and have an even better record. Brought a lot of key guys in, a lot of experience in some key positions for us, so we're really looking forward to it. The culture's there, the positivity's there, and we're just excited to get on the field and see what we can do together.
Some expectations I have, coming into this new team and a brand new season is just to get everyone molded together, just positivity everywhere, and just get after it and try to do our best. So.
What kind of goals do you set personally when you're coming into a new program and you have a lot to learn strategy-wise, but also the faces of your teammates? What are your goals surrounding that?
So my goals, first off, like I said, I'm here for the team. I'm here to help the team and to build this program up. We're looking to do big things this year. Some personal goals is just to understand the way that everybody plays together, since I don't really know too many people. So, like I said, just those are kind of the personal goals, just getting to know everybody on and off the field and just working hard. So.
And when you enter a program like this as a senior, you've got some experience, and when you see a team that's coming off a successful year, a winning season, how do you come in and help mentor some of the younger players, even though it's your first season?
That just goes back to, I have a little bit more experience than the younger freshmen and others. The best thing that I can do is just to help them, motivate them, positive comments always on and off the field, and just keep striving, just push as hard as I can, kind of be a leader on and off the field.
We're very excited. I know that the guys are going to be very excited. The assistant coaches are going to be very excited. As you know, it's a long wait for us. Obviously, we had some very competitive games in the spring too, but overall, we're very excited. I think that everybody, we can't wait to get on the field on Monday morning.
Coming off a successful year in 2015, led the program back to a winning record in looking towards a similar result, if not better, this year. Talk about how you plan to build on last year's success.
Well, first of all, we're bringing in a big class of new players, transfers, freshmen, guys from junior colleges, from four-year schools. So the first task that lays ahead of us is making them blend in, making them fit in, making them understand what we're about. We did have a good year last year, but this year, hopefully, we want to go even farther than that. 3 games before the end of the season, we were in the mix to win the GNAC. We have been there. We know what it feels like now to be in that position, and hopefully our coaches and our players have learned from that. So the goal is going to be to have a better season than last year. But I think that the key to get to that is going to be to blend this big group of new players in. We can't rely on a very experienced group of guys coming back. We lost a few very important players in our program, such as Cameron Lee, Sam Butterworth, Fernando Perez. But we do have a very experienced group of returners coming back, and they're going to help us with making sure that the new players that we've brought in can hit the ground running, hopefully on Monday morning and throughout the rest of preseason, and then when we hit GNAC play.
You've commented a bit that the strength of your team lies within the core, up the middle of the field, from your goalkeeper all the way through to your striker. Comment on the experienced positions players that you have coming back up the middle.
Well, in goals, we're going to have Tom Lohmann returning and Joe Scott, a senior and a junior, so 2 very experienced players that know what Division II soccer is about here at MSUB and at other programs. Tom Saltwell in the back, who's going to be a 4-year starter for us, or 4th-year starter for us rather, who's played a lot from his freshman year throughout his sophomore and junior year. Then we're going to have Garrett Robinson on the right, who also knows what the GNAC is like, not just playing, but also the travel, how rigorous it is, how much it takes for a player and for a program to be successful in terms of academics, but also athletics, obviously. Then in the middle of the field, we're going to have Rhys Lambert, our captain from last year, coming back, very experienced player too. We're going to have a number of experienced players transferring in, and up top we're going to have Ricardo Palomino, who's going to be a junior who has had two successful seasons under his belt at the Division II level. So down the spine of the team, we are going to be very experienced. The key for us, beside blending the new players in, is to make sure that on the sides of the field, whether it's on the left or on the right, we find the right players that will be able to mesh with that very experienced spine.
Comment on what you hope to see from your team, these early exhibition matches, and then you hit the ground running your very first match against last year's national runner-up at Cal Poly Pomona. Where do you hope to be in a couple weeks as a team?
Well, I think that we've put together a balanced preseason. Our first game is going to be against Rocky Mountain College, our crosstown rival. That's never an easy game. We're going to play at home on Friday. I'm sure that our players will be up for those games. We played them twice in the spring in 2 very eventful games. But I like that. I like that to be our first game, because it's going to get our guys ready, and it's going to make them understand right away that there's no givens here. If you want to see the field, whether it's during exhibition games or throughout the regular season, you're going to have to fight for every minute. And I think that that's going to get us into some sort of a momentum, because a couple of days later we're going to play Carroll College, who have a very, very good and competitive NAIA program, and then we finish off with Northwest College, who's a very good junior college program. And hopefully those 3 exhibition games are going to get us ready for that first game against Pomona. And then after that, we have Cal State San Bernardino. So that's going to be a trip that we're going to make to the greater LA area that will be very competitive, 2 very good CCAA teams. And I think that if our guys can get up for playing the national runner-up, then they're not going to be up for any game throughout the rest of the season. So it's a game that if we do well, we know we're headed in the right direction. If the chips don't really fall our way, we're going to have a couple of things to change, but it's early enough in the season for us to be able to build on whatever happens in that first game or those first 2 games.